Have you ever looked at your tomato plant and thought, wow, that's a beautiful giant green bush, but where are the tomatoes? If you feel like you're growing more jungle than juice, you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving into the art of pruning indeterminate tomatoes, and I'm going to show you how to turn that wild growth into a focused, fruit-producing powerhouse.
Oh, it's the classic gardener's frustration, right? The plant looks so healthy, so lush, but the actual harvest is, well, a little underwhelming. So what's going on? Well, there's a hidden culprit at work, a little energy thief lurking inside your plant, secretly stealing all the resources that should be going into making big, delicious, sun-ripened tomatoes.
So to defeat this thief, we've got to understand it first. See, this isn't about just randomly snipping off branches. This is about plant science. And once you get the why behind the pruning, the how becomes incredibly simple and way more effective. So let's get to know our little adversary, the chupone.
Okay, so this chupone, or a sucker as we usually call it in English, is what's known as a metabolic sink. Now, that sounds fancy, but the idea is really simple. It's a brand new branch that pops up right in that little V-shaped spot between the main stem and a leaf branch. It's basically hardwired to just grow, 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 and it pulls sugars and nutrients away from everything else, especially the fruit. If you let it go, it pretty much robs the rest of the plant blind.
Okay, this is a super important point. Not all tomatoes are created equal. We are talking specifically about indeterminate tomatoes. That's the vining type you see on the right that just keeps on growing and producing all season long. The bushy ones on the left, those are determinate. They give you all their fruit at once and really don't need much pruning. So if your plant looks like that vining one on the right, you are exactly where you need to be.
All right, enough with the science lesson, right? It's time to get our hands dirty. Welcome to the Pruning Masterclass. We're moving from the why to the how, and I'm going to show you exactly how to spot and remove these little energy thieves with precision, making sure your plant stays healthy and super productive.
The absolute key here is consistency. You've got to get out there and check your plants at least once a week. You're looking for new growth in that V of the branches. And a quick tip to tell them apart, a flower cluster will pop right off the main stem, but a sucker, it looks like a mini branch with its own little leaves. The goal is to catch them when they're small. And definitely get rid of any suckers growing from the very base of the plant. That's a huge step for improving airflow and preventing diseases.
So, you've spotted a sucker. What do? Well, you've got two main options, and it really just depends on the size. For the little guys, the small, tender ones, you can just gently bend it back and forth with your fingers and it'll snap right off. We call that pinching. The wound is tiny and heals super fast. But hey, it happens. If you've missed one and it's gotten all thick and woody, do not try to rip it off. That's a bad idea. Grab some clean pruning shears and make a nice clean cut right up against the stem. I want you to think of this like you're performing minor surgery on your plant. Hygiene is absolutely non-negotiable. You've got to clean your shears between plants so you don't spread any diseases. And here's my favorite pro tip. Seriously, dab a little bit of cinnamon powder on the fresh cut. It's a natural fungicide and it helps protect that open wound. Oh, and one more thing. Always try to do your pruning on a dry, sunny day. That lets the wounds dry out and seal up fast.
Okay, once you've got the basics down, this is where it gets really fun. We're going to level up because pruning isn't just about cleaning up the plant, it's about actively designing your harvest. You can literally decide if you want to grow for bigger tomatoes or for more tomatoes.
So this is the big question you have to ask yourself. What's your goal? Are you dreaming of those giant prize-winning beef stick tomatoes? Or do you want so many cherry tomatoes that you can't even give them all away? Quality or quantity? Your answer is going to shape your whole pruning strategy.
And this table breaks down the two main strategies perfectly. On the left, if you're going for size and speed, you want the single stem system. It couldn't be simpler. You remove every single sucker, period. All the plant's energy goes up one main vine. Now, if you want more fruit overall, you go with the double stem system on the right. For this one, you find that very first flower cluster, and you let the sucker right below it grow out. That becomes your second main stem. Every other sucker, gone. Just remember to give it a little more space to grow.
Okay, so we've been calling these suckers energy thieves and villains this whole time. We've learned how to hunt them down and get rid of them. But what if I told you that our so-called villain is about to become the hero of its own story? Yeah, there's a really cool and valuable twist to this whole thing.
Whatever you do, do not throw those pruned suckers in the compost. Every single one of them is a perfect little clone of your original plant. That means you can literally make new tomato plants for free. Just take a healthy-looking sucker, pluck off the bottom leaves, and pop it in a jar of water. Put it somewhere bright but not in direct sun, and in a week or two, boom, you'll have roots. It's an amazing way to get more plants going.
You see, that sucker is only a thief if you let it be. When you prune it, you're telling the plant, hey, send that energy to the fruit. And when you root it, you're turning what was once just a piece of waste into a whole new harvest. It really shows how working with your plants, not against them, gives you these incredible results. So now the only question left is, how are you going to design your harvest?